Hey YouTube guys and YouTube gals, it's me, your old buddy Magnum over here at Guns and Cars and Blowing Smoke. I know you haven't heard from me. Hey YouTube guys and gals, it's me, your old buddy Magnum over here at Guns and Cars or Blowing Smoke. Shit. Hey YouTube guys and gals, it's me, your old buddy Magnum over here at Guns and Cars. I know you haven't seen me or heard from me in a while, but I've been extremely busy working on a couple of projects that had to get done. But I wanted to do a short video for you today and talk about my Vaping Evolution. June the 17th is coming up in about 10 days, and that date will mark the 5-year tobacco-free anniversary for me and Mrs. Magnum. We started out using some Cartomizers, some e-cigs basically, and we did that for a while, and actually started out with something similar to this, which is a kind of a throwaway disposable e-cig. You can get these at, convenience stores or whatever. I used this for a short time. This is an 18 milligram. It comes with a charger and 2 Cartomizers. The battery's dead on it, but I could plug it in if necessary. But this is kind of an emergency item. I'll put it in my emergency kit in case I ever run out of everything. At least I'll still have something. I did that for about a week or so, and I didn't like it. So Mrs. Magnum and I went to a product called Green Smoke, and this is a very popular, very successful company that makes the e-cigs. This particular one I have here is probably a 12 milligram, maybe a 6. It still works. It's been in my drawer here for probably a year, and it held its charge and it's still working. This is another emergency item. Mrs. Magnum and I used this product, this type of product here, the Green Smoke product, for about 3 years. And she went down from like 12 milligrams to down to 6 or 4 or whatever it was, and then finally down to 0 milligrams of nicotine. And after a couple of months of that, she finally says, well, I don't need this. So she totally got off of nicotine altogether. I continued to use it for about 3 years at, I think, the 6 milligram level. And I did some checking and checked my purchases, and it turned out that I was spending about $3 a day with this product. These come 5 in a pack for like $15 at the retail store, or about 12 if you order them through Green Smoke, but then you've got the shipping on top of that. So it averaged out about $3 a day. And I started doing some research to see if there was maybe a cheaper alternative. And as it turns out, there was. I heard a lot of good stuff about a company called Halo, which was my next expenditure. I started out with what they call the G6 product. It's like a little, it's almost like an e-cig, and actually I started out with this as a kit with the 5 of the Cartomizers, and supposedly you can refill those, but that didn't work out real good for me. I didn't like doing it, and it was real messy and didn't seem to work well. So after that I went to what they call the mini tanks, which are these little ones that just screw onto the battery, and they don't have any replaceable parts. So once they quit working, you pretty much just have to toss them and buy a new one. And in fact, I do have a new one here that's never even been opened. But anyway, it's been over a year since I've had this in my hand, and it's still working too. So they have a good shelf life. But again, this goes into my what to use when you run out of everything else category. So after I did that, I realized that, you know, this was actually, buying the e-juice to fill these little mini tanks was actually cheaper for me than buying the green smoke Cartomizers already filled. So I did that for a little while, and after I decided I wanted something different, I went to the Halo Triton system. And as you can see, this poor battery has got a lot of scrapes and nicks and stuff on it. I have two of these. I keep one on the charger and one in my pocket, but I've pretty well beaten them up really bad, but they work great. I don't have a tank for it right now to show you because they're in there in the sink getting washed out and cleaned up, because I'm probably going to retire this system as well. The batteries, I've noticed lately that when I take a battery off the charger, I have to be real careful because it will burn your hand. It gets so hot. So I'm thinking that rather than buying new batteries, or rather than leaving the battery in the charger overnight and burning my house down, which would be even more expensive, I'm just going to retire these as well. So I'm going to have a whole kit of retirees that I can dig out someday if I want to reuse them. So anyway, I liked the Halo system, the Triton system. It worked great for me for a year or so, but I wanted something different. So I bought a Smoktech variable voltage. I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's a little dial on the bottom where you can increase or decrease the voltage. This is a very good battery. It's about 900 milliamp hours, and I had to buy a tank to go with it, so I went with the Kanger mini tank. And this is a great tank because it has a bottom coil, and the little coils, just when it gets messed up, you just take it out and put a new one in, and they're relatively inexpensive. This works great on this battery, and I don't know if it's 510 threads or Evo threads or what. I'm not up on the thread systems, but this one works great. This is my standby everyday vape. This is what I primarily use along with the Halo, which I'm not going to be using anymore. So since I have decided to quit using that and go to this, I needed something additional that would go with the Kanger tank, that would fit the Kanger tank. So today I found, this is called an iStick. It's made by a company called eLeaf. It's very compact, very small. It's actually shorter than the Smoktech battery, although it is about 2.5 times as wide. It does fit the Kanger tank because Kanger is such a popular tank. They put an adapter in the box just for me, so I could use this. Actually, they put it in there for everybody, but this is a 2100 milliamp hour battery. It comes with a charger. Let me show you that. It has a wall plug that goes into 110, and then a USB that goes into that. If you don't have a wall plug, but you have a USB handy, like in your computer or in your car, you plug the mini USB into the bottom receptacle on this, and you can vape with it while it's charging, and it works great. I'm going to show you the readout here, if I can get it to work on the camera. You push the button, it comes on, it shows the voltage. It also shows the resistance in ohms of your coil. So at the present time, I'm using a 2.5 sorry, I have done this before. I'm using a 2.5 ohm coil, which was actually way too high. I shouldn't have bought that. And this shows that its resistance is 2.6 ohms. So it is a little bit higher resistance than it would be right out of the box, but I've had this coil for a while, and I've used it for a while in my Halo mini tanks. So the Kanger, I'm sorry, not in my Halo mini tanks. I used it in this tank previously. So I know that probably doesn't make any sense. I should probably cut all this, edit all this out at this point. But anyway, and you can adjust the voltage up or down with the little buttons here, and you can switch it to watts. So actually this shows the voltage at 4.5 and the watts at 7.7. And it also, another thing, .8 seconds, that's how long the vape lasted. So anyway, I like this. I think I'm going to be using it a lot, and if I have any negatives to say about it after using it for a while, I'll do another video and tell you why I don't like it. But as of now, I think it's going to work out pretty well. Also, while I was there at the KC Vapes shop, I picked up another Kanger mini tank, because having the Kanger attached to my Smoktech and sitting in my shirt pocket and having a tendency of dropping things and needing to bend over and pick them up, this thing has fallen out of my pocket onto concrete like 6 or 7 times since I've had it. And it hasn't broken, fortunately, but it is a Pyrex glass tank container there, so you can buy replacements of the glass part if you want to. But anyway, if you need to. So that's my the evolution of vaping Magnum style. I hope it's been helpful. If you have any comments or questions, if you're a vapor and you use something different, leave a comment. Tell me what you're using, if you've got something that you like real well, because I'm open to anything at this point. So anyway, that's it for now. Until I speak with you again, and even after that, you stay safe. One thing I neglected to include here, I kind of started out at the beginning telling you what I was spending on the green smoke Cartomizers, but I didn't complete that thought. After I switched from green smoke to the Halo, I started doing some calculating, and I realized that I was going through one tank or one Cartomizer a day, which was about $3. So I made me a little chart, and every day I would write down $3 in the green smoke column. And I wrote down in the Halo column everything I spent on the Halo products. I had to include the G6 kit, and then the e-juice, and then later the Halo Triton kit, and the continual supply of e-juice that went along with it. But after a little over a year, I think, if I had stayed with the green smoke at $3 a day, that would have been about $1,100 bucks. But during that same period of time, with the non-green smoke product, I spent like a little less than $500. So I was saving about $600 in a year's time. So that's like $50 a month I was saving by switching from the green smoke to another product. Now if you like green smoke, just stay there. Keep it. Keep using it. Keep spending the money. But if you'd like to try something different and save some money, I would suggest the Kanger tanks. I would suggest the Halo Triton kit. That's a very good kit. And there's a lot of others out there too. So that was it. I just wanted to include that so you could get an idea of the cost difference. So as I said before, until I speak with you again, even after that, you stay safe.